Hi everybody, Linda Carroll here from my studio, and I have been working on collages amongst other things. I've been eco-dyeing papers and sorting out my studio, and during all of this I had a really bad back spasm which has kept me down for the last few days, but I'm back and I have something to show you. This is a collage that I made last week, and actually the beginning of this week. It is on my Instagram page if you follow me there. If not, the link is down below. On that page, I usually post all my collages, and then it also was chosen in the challenge by the Absurdist Collage Club, as one of their picks of the week of their challenge. So I was so excited when I saw that, and I want to thank them. I'll link their Instagram page down below. But that made me feel a whole lot better. I couldn't sleep one night, and I got up at like 2:30 and I started working on this collage, and I finished it about 5:30, except for some little tweaks, and posted it on the challenge. So what I've done for you is to make up some collage sheets that have a lot of the elements that I used in the collage. Let's see, let's start with the background. And I was so excited when I found this background. It looks like a sand dune, only it's pink. And since the collage was, the challenge was pretty in pink, I just fell in love with this instantly. And so in the kit, Pretty in Pink kit, in my Etsy shop, you'll see this background, which is the exact same background that I used in the collage. And then I included 2 collage sheets. This one has the face on it, a lot of different flowers and leaves, and this pretty chest. And then the other one has the flowers and the brain, the ostrich, and the dancing girls, and some of the smaller chests. And then I included a page with the images sized half the size of the originals, in case you didn't want to work as large as I did. Now this one is 8.5 by 11, and I included everything in the kit except the eyes here and the mouth. And I thought, you know, that would be something for you to look for on your own to match your collage. Now, you know, if you want to copy the collage, that's fine. The only thing I ask is that you don't resell it. Keep it, you know, keep it for yourself. But what I'm going to do today is, using these same elements and maybe some pieces cut out of a magazine, I'm going to make another collage. And if you want to follow along with me, you can download the collage sheets from the Etsy shop. They're very reasonably priced, and for all the Surreal Collages, I have kits in there for you to work with. They are 300 DPI images. They're really high quality, and they print out really well. So I'm just going to take a minute and cut out all of my images, and then we'll get started on our collage. Okay, I'm back. I have all of the pieces cut out of this kit that's the same size as this collage. How are you all doing? You okay? This has been a rough week for me. I told you earlier my back has been spasming and everything, and I just couldn't seem to get it together and be able to sit for any length of time and be comfortable. So hopefully this little inconvenience has passed me by and I'm back to being me again. So let's get started on the next collage, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what else I've done. I went through my pile of clips that I've been stacking and storing and trying to go through and organize. And I found this clip, and I don't know if you've noticed or not, but there seems to be a lot more collage work in mainstream publications, which I'm really excited about. And this is an example I found. I'm sure it was done digitally. I don't think this fellow was standing there with a purse on his head. But anyway, but this is a really good example. And you know, if you look at it closely and you know what you're looking at, you can tell that it was done digitally. But I just think it's really cool. And also, this is an example of something that's absurd. You know, number one, that he's leaning against a wall and is looks like almost perfectly diagonal. And then the shadow here that he's casting is just great. And you have that mimicked up here in this shadow. And then he has this purse on the on his head. And it's styled after a baseball. So I'm not sure what this came from. I'm not sure, but I love that image. I really do. And I love this image for the background. So anyway, I went through and I found some more elements from magazines that we might add to this collage. For instance, I found these suitcases, and I thought, you know, that would fit great on top of this box, this dresser box that came with the kit. So, you know, be adventurous. Add things to the kits, things that you love or like that would make it more your own, make it more unique, uniquely your own. And then I love this face, and I thought, you know, she might be able to replace the head on this ostrich. I don't know, but it's worth looking at and exploring. And then her face, I love her face. And I had replaced the face on the collage, the earlier collage I did, but her head is turned, you know, just the right way. So I believe I'm going to use this one and incorporate it somehow with this face that was in the kit. And this lady, at first, when I looked at her, I thought, oh, I wish my ostrich was a little bit bigger and I could replace its feet with these shoes. But then I thought, well, maybe her head could replace this ostrich head. And I could even incorporate these arms and gloves in this as well. Maybe give the ostrich some arms. We'll see. We'll see. And I love this face too, but she could be used, but if I was using the image upright, but she's really, her gaze is looking in the wrong direction, unless I would cut it in half. Excuse me. And use her gaze this way. And she really does line up really great with this image of the statue. You know, I might have to flip him, because this side is in shadow and this side is light. But that's an option too that we can look at. Okay, so you know, don't think you're limited by what you get in collage sheets, because you're not. You can add anything to it that you want. I saw this image, and this is what encouraged me to go on with the challenge and create something that would work with the theme Pretty in Pink. And then I started looking for images with different colors of pink, and I found quite a few. At first I saw him kind of rising up out of this desert floor when I first found the image of the sand dunes. But then I turned him on its side, and that seemed to give the piece more motion, not being as static as it would be if he was sitting here like this. Not that that wouldn't work, you know. We could put him there. We could sit him on top of this suitcase if we wanted to. We could build a kind of a montage around him at the base. I'm just playing with the pieces that I have here in my pile. And we might have these women down here dancing amongst all this. And I love this advertisement. It was for, you know, those little pink pills back in the 20s and 30s, I'm sure, that would take care of all the personal lady ills, you know, the ladies that ladies suffered, especially at certain times of the month. So I thought I had to include that. So they might be dancing down here, and I haven't cut out these pieces in the background yet, because I'd have to do that with a knife, and I haven't cut that out yet. So, and you know, like in the book The Little Prince, there might be a rose here just popping up out of the desert floor. So as I'm working on my collages, my brain, now this is backwards, the brain really, you know, sits in here like this. So, and I could flip it, you know, if I wanted to use it that way. But, you know, you can put the brain up here in the top of his head, showing, which is pretty absurd, I have to say. This ostrich might be walking, you know, might just be walking past and stop to smell a dead rose, you know, and seeing what happens there. So that's one. You know, I don't like it as much as I like liked the first one that I did. And you can play with putting some images on his head, building a crown up here. You can build a crown of leaves if you like that idea. Well, here's a gold leaf. I don't know what I'd do with that. In the first collage that I did, I have these boxes floating in the air up here, which I really liked. They're just kind of, I use them kind of like I use the fish. You know, and there's quite a few in the kit, so you could definitely print them out and have them floating around here in the background, which I kind of like. I do kind of like that. And you can add as many different, let's see, I have some of these little images over here. Okay, here's a Eiffel Tower. What else do I have in here? There's a little train that I could cut out, and he could be running along the back of this mountain of sand back here. Or I could just use these little labels somewhere and add them to the picture. I could cut these scissors out and place them somewhere so they look like they're cutting out part of the image. There are so many opportunities and so many things that you can do when you're working on your collages, you know, to make them your own, which to me is that's one of the most important parts of doing a collage, is make it your own. You know, it's up to you. You're the magician. You're the one putting this world together, imposing an order from all this chaos, you know, that you have on your table, imposing some order to your collage. Even if it doesn't make any sense, there's still order to it. You've considered the lines and where the corners meet and where the edges meet, and what the story, you know, if your collage is telling a story, what the overall story is in your collage. So I was watching a show the other night on Netflix called Witcher, and Witcher, and I love the show, but I was so intrigued by one of the lines, and it said, let's see, it said, magic is, let's see, so this is the gist of it. Magic creates order from chaos. And I thought, you know, we could just replace the word collage. Collage makes order out of chaos. So to me, collage and magic are the same thing that to me, just having sat here in just a few minutes creating this whole new world is just magical to me. And you know, and I can just take it and dump it off, you know, and look at that. I can even slide my paper under and I've made a whole new collage. You know, there's not a lot of order in it, but with a couple little twists and turns and movements and so on and so forth, you know, I could probably just make a great collage out of what's happening right here, you know. And so play, let yourself play and enjoy what these pieces, these little pieces of opportunity grant you. You know, they grant you the power to create your own world. And this one, you know, I'm just moving images around, really, is what I'm doing. And you can come up with all kinds of things. It may not make any sense, but, you know, it doesn't have to. I think the more absurd, the better, you know. So, just have fun and enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the, you know, this world is pretty crazy to me these days, and anything that we can do that brings joy to our world is, I mean, what else could we ask for, really? What else could we ask for? Bring a smile to our face and have fun. Just have fun. You know, why not? There, I'm crowning him with these leaves. I love that. Let's see. I had a gold leaf somewhere. Here we go. You know, and who are these people? These are ladies from the beach. You know, they might be floating around in the background. Or we've got these big boxes floating around, and we can add a few more. Here it is. And those give the whole thing movement. It makes it more dynamic. Maybe I want to move this one over here. There are just things floating around, you know. So that one is kind of really absurd. It's making less sense. We still have our grounding with the pink desert, but these things are obviously just kind of floating in the air. And you can take away and you can add more things, you know. And if you want a real kind of maximalist, that's, I guess, going the wrong direction, but, you know, who cares? We could put it here. Or we could put it over here. You know, you can just play. You don't even have to finish a collage. You know, you can play and then just decide you're gonna take a picture of it with your phone and then do another one. You know, just have fun. I've got some circles here cut out of a vintage book. Foreign language. It's French and German, I think. You know, we can tuck them around if we want to. And again, don't forget your layers. Don't forget layers. That's what collage is all about. You want to have your layers. Needles, it says. Anyway, so here's another one that we could work with. And I'm just going to dump that one off. And let's put one together. Let's put one together that that I'm going to keep, that I'm actually going to glue down. And I really love this face that, you know, right here I have the face resting on the boxes. But this one, you know, let me check and make sure we're in frame. Yeah, we're good. This one, I might want him kind of buried in the sand or something like that. So if we have this here, I don't want to cover up that mound in the background for some reason. I really like that. And if you notice, this background kind of divides our paper into thirds. So we already have a great design in the background. Okay, and I have my face here, and I think I want to take this face. Let's see what happens if we just start by cutting out the face. Okay, that could be your collage. Just those three elements. You really wouldn't have to add anything else, you know. It's simple. So it probably wouldn't satisfy me because I like more of a maximalist approach to collage and I like more layering. But if you're going with a minimalist look that you want to pursue in your work, this is perfect. You know, it's a perfect face to fit with this statue. And it could have a lot of, you know, deep meaning. And then you could have your boxes up here. Floating in the air. And, you know, let your your mind to just kind of wander and see what happens. Because, you know, as you do this and you practice and you do more and more of it, you'll see that as you get into it, the pieces start talking to one another. You know, it's so magical. I just love it. I've got to cut out around these ladies here, so I'm going to have to use my knife. Okay, and these. Okay, I'm looking at all the edges and what's happening with the background right now, and trying to make sure that I don't have anything showing that I don't want showing. And taking care of some overlapping that I want. And I think I need some green to kind of break up so much pink. Okay, I'm going to step away from this for a little bit and then come back and look at it, and then I will glue it all down. But I think that green really broke it up enough. And I really like this area over here now. I like the face now that I took away a lot of the face. Just a suggestion of the face, and we do have the chin of the sculpture there. So, and we still have thirds. We have this third, the bottom part, then we have this third here, and then we have this third of the boxes kind of floating in the air. So I kind of like this. It's really bizarre. Okay, I'm going to walk away from this for a while, and then I'll come back and take a look at it again and then start gluing it down. I've taken a break and eaten a little bit of something and came back to look at this with new eyes, and I took these leaves out of here because I really didn't like the fact that I had lost the definition of the sculpture. So I took that off, and then I think that these two pieces are too close together in size. So I want to move these around some. Okay. I like that better. And I really like the look without the face in there. But I don't know yet if I want to leave it like this or if I want to cut these eyes out. And put them here. I did something similar on this one, and I really like the way that this turned out, but we don't see a lot of the nose in this. So the eyes are really up here. Maybe that's just too big. I really like these eyes and those lips better than this. So let's take those off. Okay, I like this. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out those little white spaces in these boxes. Hi everybody, I'm back, and I finished gluing everything down, and I made a few changes, not a lot, but try as I may, I cannot make these eyes and this mouth work in this piece for me. I don't know if it's because I did this first and that's the picture that I see and that I really like, or what it is, but let's make the change and see if that will work the magic that we need done here on this particular collage. So we'll pick up the eyes from that collage and place them here. And we'll pick up the mouth from that collage and place it here. I think that this piece has the drama now that it is lacking with these eyes. These eyes are gorgeous, but it just doesn't have the same feel as these eyes. So I'm going to see here. I want to make sure that I'm taking into account all these edges, like right here. You know, I don't want to leave just a little bit of this area right here showing, if I indeed can cover that up. And I think I can, and that looks good. Okay, I still have a little bit So, do I need to move them this way? Move them down a little bit more so that then you can see the entire sculpted area of the leaves. I think so. I'm so excited with these. I love the surreal look, kind of floating here, maybe above this pink desert, floating in the air. These boxes reinforce that feeling of floating, and these women definitely do, since they're on this like bubble of text here. The only thing I think that could possibly be firmly planted on the ground would maybe be the brain, but because it doesn't have a shadow or anything, it's floating too. So let's glue these down and finish up this collage. Okay, I think we are done. Now on this collage, you can see down here my monogram that I signed this with. This will tell you that it's a digital collage if it has a monogram on it like this. My handmade collages will be with a stamp. My handmade or hand-cut collages will have the stamp on it. And let's go ahead and stamp this. That's good. Okay. And I had a little heart that I was using in the middle. Kind of tie it together. Okay. All right, so what do you think? Which one do you like better? Do you like collage number 1 better? Let me know in the comments below. Or collage number 2. I like both of them. I mean, this one is a lot more moving into the maximalist side of things. This one is much simpler. So they both kind of have a different feel, I think, even though I've used mostly the same pieces in both collage. I think this little character up here gives it more of an absurd Dadaist feel to it than this one. This one is definitely more surreal, I think, and this one is more leaning towards the Dadaist approach to collage. So anyway, that is our collage for this week, and I've worked my magic and love the way it turned out. I'd like to wish you all very, very happy holidays. They're approaching very, very soon. And after my little encounter with my back spasms and everything this past week, I kind of got the message that I need to take a little bit better care of myself for a little while. So with everything happening over the holidays, and we are going to travel north to see family for the first time in quite a while, I'm going to take the rest of this month off. I will be making some collages, so if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that. And I will be working on my winter grimoire, which I'll show you what that looks like when I come back after the first of the year 2022. Wow, that's amazing. So, and as a gift to you, I am going to put this collage, Linda Carroll Creative Art Community, on Facebook, and you can download it yourself if you would like a copy of it. Also, if you would like to do a collage similar to either one of these two pieces are not in the collage kit. Because I thought, well, you could go ahead and find your own magazine images and, you know, put different faces, change the face. So if you want to, you can print a copy of this out and use these two images as well. So this collage will be available on my Facebook page and our community, Linda Carroll Creative Community, Linda Carroll Art Creative Community. So if you'd like a copy of this, you can certainly download that and enjoy it. So I hope everybody remains well through the holidays and has a wonderful, loving end of the year. The days will begin growing longer after the winter solstice arrives and we spend the darkest and longest night of the year before the sun arrives again. So many blessings to you all, and I'll see you in 2022. Bye for now.